What happens when he gets out and accuses me of things that are completely untrue is that all of a sudden that kindles the crazies out there. A person was arrested who was on their way from Sacramento, and he was going to Washington, D.C. to kill Dr. Fauci. Go to Rand Paul website, and you see fire Dr. Fauci with a little box that says, contribute here. So you are making a catastrophic epidemic for your political gain.
That's Dr. Fauci lashing out at Senator Rand Paul as tensions run high on Capitol Hill. And here to react to the fiery claims, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce. They both went back and forth. We knew that was going to happen. Tammy, what did you think about yesterday?
Well, it was an embarrassment for Dr. Fauci. This is a man who, in all of his display, all of his responses, really confirmed the attitude that we've all watched develop out of him. It is smug, an arrogance, a disconnect. It was a remarkable display. And, you know, Rand Paul, what he did is he looked at actual emails of Dr. Fauci conspiring with Dr. Collins to take down scientists from major universities in this nation and in England who disagree with the nature of the approach with COVID. And it was a discussion not about how to counter disagreements, but about how to smear them publicly. It's a remarkable display, but it really, I have to tell you, Ainsley, reflects the rot that comes from an entrenched bureaucracy. These are individuals who feel that they are superior. There is to be no contradiction. There's to be no criticism. They feel completely unaccountable to anyone, and they feel that that's appropriate. It's a mirement in groupthink. And this is why we have this debacle. This is the man who is leading this charge against COVID, and it has been a disaster. He's been on every side of every major issue, where the COVID originated from, herd immunity, masks, the nature of when this would end, everything. The White House itself has said that they were unprepared and they just weren't ready for the Delta or the Omicron variant. Fauci's in charge of that. So it's an embarrassment for Fauci. It's an embarrassment for this country, and it's dangerous for us as well.
Yeah, Fauci said you don't have to have masks. Well, that was false. You're not going to get COVID if you get vaxxed and if you get boosted. Well, we know that's false. He didn't give money, he says, for gain-of-function research at Wuhan. According to the NIH, that's false. And then when you heard Fauci blaming Rand Paul for the obscene phone calls that his children and his wife and he's getting at home, and for this guy who came from California across and was pulled over by the cops and he said he was going to kill Fauci, Senator Rand Paul responded to that on Laura. Listen to this.
Wife and I have been assaulted and mobbed in the streets of D.C. I had a hater of President Trump break 6 of my ribs. I've had part of my lung removed. I know what political violence is about. I don't wish any violence on Fauci. I do wish he'd be fired, though, because I think trusting the Chinese is wrong. I think funding that lab in China is wrong. I think ignoring natural immunity is wrong. But I don't wish him any harm. I have been attacked, and he's going to come and blame his attacks on me. It wasn't fair. It was a cheap shot, but it was a cheap shot by a politician, not a scientist.
Was it a cheap shot, Tammy?
Well, it was. And even there in that response, Rand Paul responded with the details of the issues of what his problems were with what has unfolded. Fauci, of course, did none of that. He never answered any of those questions. And then at one point in questioning was Senator Marshall, who was asking him about finances and his own money and with serious questions, who's also a doctor. In a hot mic, Fauci referred to him as a moron. Now, this tells you, it reinforces my point and what everyone is thinking, that this is a man who is obsessed only with himself and not with solutions for the country.
Yeah, Steve was saying earlier that he did release his financials, but everything that he gave over the course of the year or the years of those financials, redacted. So he's not being transparent. Thank you so much, Tammy, for coming on with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.